The boy walked into the bank, greedily eyeing the vault. After returning home, he gathered his equipment and put on his hat. His first leap, he went straight to the bank's restroom. Seeing the results, he leapt again and landed directly in the bank vault. Seeing stacks of US dollars on the shelves, he was overjoyed. He quickly pried open a drawer to start filling his bag with cash, but his bag was too small. He hurriedly returned to grab a bedsheet, repeating this process multiple times. The room was soon filled with US dollars. At this point, he still couldn't believe it, but lying on the money, he looked effortlessly cool. 8 years passed in the blink of an eye. Jim had grown up and was now very familiar with the skill of instant teleportation. He casually jumped around in his mansion, even too lazy to move to grab the remote. He grabbed a stack of British pounds and hurried out, admiring the night view of London from Big Ben, wandering freely in bars. But as he was leaving with a woman, he caught someone's attention. After a night of passion, Jim left immediately. He went to a surfing paradise, entered a shop, and after picking out some gear, he appeared on the ocean's surface. But the weather forecast was wrong. There were no waves. Hearing that Fiji had good waves, he leapt there and enjoyed the 9-meter high giant waves. After having dinner by the Sphinx, he ended his carefree day. On his way back to the apartment, he casually walked into the elevator, then instantly teleported home. But just as he was about to undress, he sensed something was wrong.
8 years we've been looking for you.
Jim looked at the black man in front of him with confusion. He didn't know why the man was in his house. Mike pulled out the promissory note Jim had left during his first crime. Jim immediately realized something was wrong and said he needed to speak to a lawyer, but the man had no intention of arresting him, so he wouldn't need a lawyer. Seeing that the man wasn't a police officer, Jim demanded he leave quickly, but the door had been closed for a long time, and it no longer worked. The man walked toward him slowly, as if he could see through everything. Taking advantage of Jim's moment of distraction, he struck him down. Jim stared at the photo, but with one jump, he only teleported upstairs. He picked up the photo again, but found he couldn't leave the place anymore.
Kinda hard to jump with 1,000 volts of electricity passing through your brain.
He climbed to the second floor and struck Jim fiercely. Jim tried to escape, but his ankle was locked by a weapon. He focused intently and jumped, but still couldn't get off the ground. Reaching out again, he barely managed to escape, but the wire on his ankle exposed his location. Jim didn't have time to explain, before the foreigner had already smashed through the wall. Seeing this, Jim quickly grabbed a few packs of US dollars and fled. The moment he returned home, his father sensed something. Since Jim left home, his father hadn't scolded him again. He begged Jim not to leave, and to listen to him for a few words, but Jim didn't give his father a chance. He disappeared the moment he opened the door. He found his childhood sweetheart, but was harassed by the school bully. During the struggle, Jim trapped the bully to death in the bank vault, and Mike also found a clue leading to Jim.